What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. Today I'm going to share with you 3 recent returns that I got back in the mail and profile each of the individuals that signed autographs for me. So the first return is from former Brewers Puerto Rican pitcher Jaime Cocanower on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this 1987 Topps here, also he's featured on this 87 Topps Leaders card, and as you can see there's 3 other guys in that little huddle there, and I'm not sure who all those are. I'm sure somebody watching this channel could probably point that out to me, so I would appreciate it if you mention it down in the comments below. So let me tell you about Jaime Cocanower and his career in baseball. Jaime Cocanower was originally from San Juan, Puerto Rico. He was discovered by Baylor University, and he actually played his college baseball at Baylor University and was on the 1977 and 1978 College World Series teams that were the first World Series appearances for Baylor. And he actually pitched in a pitcher's duel in the 1977 World Series against Randy Martz of the University of South Carolina. After his time at Baylor, he would actually then sign as an amateur free agent with the Milwaukee Brewers on June 7, 1978. He would be assigned to the Brewers single-A affiliate in 1979. He didn't pitch in that 78 season. And in their single-A affiliate, he would appear in 20 games, posting a 2-4 record. Well, in 1980, he would have a breakout season in single-A where he would post a 17-5 record in 27 games in their single-A affiliate. The next year, the Brewers would move him up to AAA. His record would go to 6-12 in 26 games for the Brewers in AAA in 1981. In 1982, he would split time between AA and AAA, posting a 7-4 record in 23 games. In 1983, he would then again start another season in AAA for the Brewers. He appeared in 23 games for them, posting a 10-10 record that year in 1983. Cocanower made his Major League debut on September 7, 1983 against the New York Yankees, pitching 4 innings and allowing an earned run in an 11-5 loss. For the season, he pitched in 5 games that year and started 3 of them, finishing the year with a 2-0 record and just a 1.80 ERA. Going into 1984, Cocanower would make the starting rotation for the Brewers alongside future Hall of Famer Don Sutton and Moose Haas. He finished the season with 33 appearances and had just 8 wins and 16 losses with a 4.02 ERA. He spent the 85 season as a spot starter, starting in 15 games. He finished the season with a 6-8 record and a 4.33 ERA in 3 complete games. And a dubious honor in 1985, Cocanower actually set an unofficial record, and he threw a wild pitch in 8 consecutive appearances as a pitcher. Cocanower was used even less frequently in 1986. He made just 17 appearances and posted a 4.43 ERA, pitching in just under 45 innings in 1986. After his time in 1986 with the Brewers, finishing out the year, he spent the rest of the next season with the Beloit Brewers and then the Arkansas Travelers. He was released by the Brewers in December of 1986 and then signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. After the season with the Dodgers, he spent the entire year with the Albuquerque Dukes, their minor league affiliate, and his ERA ballooned to 6.35, and his professional baseball career came to an end. So I want to thank Mr. Cocanower for signing for me, and like I said, his name is pronounced Jaime, not Jamie. So we'll move on to the next return. All right, so the next return is from former New York Met / Cincinnati Red / Atlanta Brave, and I actually had a minor league card of Charlie Puleo. So let me tell you about Charlie Puleo and his career in baseball. So Puleo, a New Jersey native, was originally actually selected by the Detroit Tigers in the 13th round of the 1973 draft. He chose, however, not to sign out of high school and instead attended Seton Hall University nearby South Orange, New Jersey. Well, his time at Seton Hall, he was successful, and that got the notice of the Toronto Blue Jays. And he actually was not drafted by the Blue Jays, but signed as an amateur free agent on March 14th, 1978. Well, after finishing his time at Seton Hall and signing his professional contract, he was assigned to the low-A affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, where he posted a 10-3 record in 16 games as a pitcher for that staff. The following year, he moved up to high-A, posting a 10-10 record in 22 games. In 1980, he would be up to double-A in 19 games. And right before the 1981 season began, on April 14, 1981, the Toronto Blue Jays decided to trade him to the New York Mets as a player to be named later to complete a previous deal. That 81 season with the Mets put him in their AAA affiliate. It appeared in 26 games, posting a 12-9 record. And on September 16th, 1981, Charlie Puleo got his major league debut against the Philadelphia Phillies. In his debut with the Phillies, he pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1, and walked 2 batters. He would finish out the year with the Mets, appearing in 4 games, starting one of those games for the Mets. And in 1982, he would be one of the starters or spot starters in the Mets pitching rotation. He would post a 509-9 record his first full season in the major leagues, appearing in 36 games for the Mets. Well, after the conclusion of that 82 season, the Cincinnati Reds decided to trade Tom Terrific back to the team of his origin, the New York Mets, and along with Lloyd McClendon, Charlie Puleo was traded for future Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. So, after he was traded to the Cincinnati Reds, Puleo was in the Reds pitching rotation, appearing in 27 games that year in 1983 for the Reds, but he posted just a 6-12 record and an ERA of 4.89. The following year, in 1984, Puleo spent the majority of the season in their AAA affiliate for the Reds. However, he did post 5 games, a 1-2 record in the 5 games for the Reds in 1984. Well, after the 84 season concluded, he started the year in 1985 with the Reds. However, the Atlanta Braves chose to purchase his contract from the Reds during the beginning of the 85 season. He would finish out the year in AAA for the Braves, and in 1986 he would return to AAA for the Braves, this time as a full-time starter. Well, with the Braves, he started 27 games for them in their AAA affiliate, posting a 14-7 record in 1986, and the Braves called him right back up to the major leagues. At 31 years old, Puleo was back in the majors. He appeared in 5 games that year for the Braves, starting 3 of them, posting a 1-2 record with a 2.96 ERA. The following year, 1987, Puleo would make the Braves pitching staff. He would be a spot starter. He would appear in 35 games, starting 16 of them, posting a 6-8 record. In 1988, the Braves decided to shift him almost full-time to the bullpen, where he would appear in a career-high 53 games that year for the Braves, posting a 5-5 record and a 3.47 ERA. The following year, in 1989, at the age of 34, Puleo would appear in 15 games in the majors and 13 games in the minor leagues for the Braves that year. And after the 1989 season, the Braves did not renew his contract, and he was released from his contract. According to his Wikipedia page, after Puleo retired as a baseball player, he would actually become a high school gym teacher in Tennessee. After his time as a gym teacher, he retired from that profession, and I believe now he's fully retired from both being a baseball player and a gym teacher. So thank you, Charlie, for signing these cards. Like I said, I happen to have this minor league set, so I decided to stick it in the mail to him, and we'll move on to the next return. Alright, so this next one is postmarked from California, and it is former left-handed pitcher for the Giants/Angels/Padres, John Curtis, on 4 of 4 cards. So let me tell you about John Curtis and his career in baseball. John Curtis, a Massachusetts native originally, later moved to New York, where he attended Smithtown High School in Smithtown, New York. He originally was drafted out of high school by the Cleveland Indians in 1966, but chose instead to attend Clemson University. While he played collegiately at Clemson, he played in the Cape Cod League and also represented the United States in the 1967 Pan American Games. After 2 seasons at Clemson, he was drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the first round of the secondary phase of the 1968 baseball draft and signed. At 20 years old, Curtis was in the single-A affiliate of the Red Sox, where he posted a 6-8 record in 16 appearances. In 1969, he repeated in A-ball, where he posted a 6-12 record in 25 appearances. In 1970, he moved up to Double-A and posted a 9-8 record with 21 appearances. Curtis was called up to the majors during his 3rd season in the minor leagues and made his major league debut as a relief pitcher on August 13, 1970 against the Royals. After getting through the first 2 innings with 1 hit and just 1 walk, he loaded the bases and gave up a grand slam to Ed Kirkpatrick. After his appearance in that game, he was sent down to the minors to finish out the rest of the year. When he returned to the Boston Red Sox in September 1971, he was used as a starter by manager Eddie Casco. After losing his first 2 starts against the Yankees and Tigers, he got his first major league win out of the bullpen against the Indians, the team that originally tried to draft him. He then pitched a complete game victory over the Senators in the final game of the season. Curtis began the 72 season again in the minor leagues in the AAA affiliate, the Louisville Colonels, but he was back with the Red Sox by the end of May. After finishing out the year with the Red Sox, he was then traded in 1973 along with Mike Garman and Lyle McLaughlin to the St. Louis Cardinals for Reggie Cleveland, Terry Hughes, and Diego Segui. A notable thing before the 1972 season ended, before he was traded to the Cardinals, this is a neat little trivia fact. John Curtis was the last pitcher to ever bat in Fenway Park on September 28, 1972, before the designated hitter effect went into place. With the Cardinals, Curtis spent 3 seasons in St. Louis, with compiling a record of 24-34 with a 3.88 ERA, mostly as a starter in that time period. After the 76 season, he was then traded to the San Francisco Giants, along with Willie Crawford and Vic Harris for Mike Caldwell, John Esposito, and Dave Rader. Curtis became predominantly a reliever for the first time in his career while he was with the Giants. He went 17-15 with a 4.45 ERA over 3 seasons, with the Giants appearing in 116 games. Curtis played from 1977 to 79 and is for the Giants. After that 79 season, he did sign with the San Diego Padres as a free agent and then was converted back to being a starting pitcher. He emerged as the ace of the staff by the end of the season, posting a 10-8 record with a 3.51 ERA for the last place San Diego Padres. He started the 81 season as a starter, however he was moved back to a reliever role exclusively after posting an 0-2 start. During that 82 season, the following year, his contract was purchased by the California Angels. He joined the new club in time to be on the postseason roster, however he did not see any playing time in that 82 championship series, and then he played through the Angels through the 1984 season. Overall in his career, Curtis appeared in 438 games, 199 of those as a starter. He posted an 89 win and 97 loss record and posted a 3.96 ERA over that time as a pitcher. After he retired from baseball, he actually became a freelance writer. He was published for articles in the San Diego Tribune, the Boston Globe, the San Francisco Chronicle, and even Sports Illustrated. After a 20-year absence from baseball, he actually did make a brief return as a coach for the Western Baseball League Long Beach Breakers from 2001 to 2002. So, Mr. Curtis, I want to thank you very much for signing my cards for me. I, of course, want to thank Charlie Puleo as well for signing those, including this awesome minor league card that I happen to have of him. It's not that awesome, it's black and white. So I also want to thank Jaime Cocanower for signing his cards as well. And like I said, I mentioned that I'm not sure who the other guys are on that card. So if anybody happens to know who those guys are on that leader's card other than Jaime, definitely shout it out down at the bottom. I want to thank you for taking the time, watching this video, learning about some players that maybe you didn't know about that played professional baseball back in the 1980s. I look forward to your comments below, and as always, happy collecting.